What is up, everybody? Insert stock gag here. And welcome to Paramecia Fancast, the One Piece Fancast, where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every single week. My name is John.
My name is Insert Co-host. I don't know if that came out clearly at all. My name is Franz. And
insert subject of podcast here.
We fully automated our podcast now.
Yeah. We've decided to just say fuck it and go full automation. Everything you hear is now automated.
AI. This is part of an advanced learning AI using advanced learning.
Yeah. Deep learning. We got deep learning algorithms to do funny shit like this. Watch. Did you like the latest chapter of One Piece when insert making fun of Oda's fetish here? That was insert so laugh. Funny. Yeah, insert laugh.
We've got it all figured out, and surprise, the last 80-some episodes of our podcast have actually been inputs for the deep learning algorithm.
Yeah. We've slowly, over the course of these past like 90 episodes, have been teaching our algorithm everything it needs to know about Oda, fetishes, One Piece, and
Oda,
and slightly fetishes, successful One Piece, opening
fetishes, gags. Video games, fetishes.
Yeah, everything.
Manga, fetishes, the basics.
Yeah, our algorithm keeps we decided to just lean into it because it kept just going back to referencing fetishes, and we couldn't figure out why.
Kink shame bot.
Yeah, kink bot. Please, everybody, welcome the third co-host to the podcast, Kink Bot. What's up, dudes? It's me, Kinkbot. Anybody like inflation? Am I right?
Oh, God.
All right, well, we still need to work out the kinks on Kinkbot, but in the meantime...
Haha, but I'm Tis, I see you.
Oh, I didn't even... Oh, shit. Fuck, yeah. But in the meantime, we got... pretty special episode. So we're on break this week, and I didn't realize until, like, I saw on Twitter somebody was like, "Hey, there's no new chapter because Jump just said fuck you," and I'm like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's like a holiday today for you guys, years right? Old. It's most likely because of Obon. This week is Obon, which is. Yes, a holiday, not a holiday. It's not a nationally recognized holiday, but everyone just takes off because what it is everyone flocks back to their hometowns and pays respects to their ancestors, their ancestral graves, their ancestral homes, etc. So it's like a cool. Huge family-oriented holiday. So Jump has this week off to go back. For everyone to go back and do their shit, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure there's no chapter this week, so that means they probably took last week off.
Oh shit, yeah.
But it's not about when you do it, it's about actually doing it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But
it's a whole thing. But fuck Obon, fuck the ancestors.
Fuck the ancestors.
Fuck everything else except for me, because it was my birthday.
Hell
and for my birthday, Oda gave me One Piece Stampede.
Hell yes.
And being the professional weeaboo that I am, I live in Japan, so I just went to a fucking movie theater like a normal person and watched the movie. So it was really good. And this episode is going to be mostly about the movie and its implications and a summary and what I liked and disliked about the movie. That being said, if you want to go into the movie blind when it comes out in the English-speaking world, however, they usually take 4 months for this
I'm trying to remember the Film Gold. It's about like a couple of months, because I remember Film Gold came out in Japan, and it felt like literally like 2 or 3 months later, like it was the English release.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the timescale that we were working on.
Yeah, I mean they already have like it depends, because I mean they have the Toei's English Twitter released the trailer for Stampede, but it was like fully translated, like subtitled. So maybe they might do like a limited run with like the subtitles, but I mean for Film Gold they did the dub version, which was fine. So
yeah,
I'd imagine they'd do that again.
Yeah, the point is like if you want to go into it blind, all respects to that. Definitely like pause now and come back in 6 months or some shit. And listen to my fucking opinion about it.
Yeah.
So it's it's a kind of thing where like One Piece movies, they might be somewhat canon, but they're not canon. But there are some juicy tidbits that people are already talking about that you're gonna hear through the grapevine. So I'm gonna cover that. So
yeah,
it's up to you, as everything is. You could just stop listening. Fuck this podcast. Unsubscribe. No,
God. Mass unsubscribe.
Oh, no.
A fucking reverse DDoS of our podcast.
Oh, God. So, to get into it, I liked Film Gold. Jesus.
I like Filmcast as a Film Gold review. Now that you've come back 6 months later and you've seen the movie, welcome to our Film Gold review. Got you, sucker.
Oh, got pranked. Okay. Stampede was pretty good. It was really exciting in a lot of ways. We did get to see a lot of action, but to be honest, it wasn't like really like fighting action or like one-on-ones really. It was just kind of like seeing characters shine in like other interactions and everything. A good example is like one point where like there's a couple other people there, but Law and Robin are there, and then someone says like, Law, go take Robin and run away, and like Law picks Robin up and like just goes running, and like we don't get to see a lot of that. Adri really loved seeing that.
Like we're dragging along. It kind of dragging, hardly walk, but instantly they were like, "Go take Robin and run," and he's like, "Nope."
The power of
like,
love.
Her up. And I'm left there sitting like, wasn't it supposed to be the other way around? I wanted to see Robin carry him.
Oh my God, Robin carrying Law. That would. Oh
we here at Paramecia Fancast want Robin to carry us all of us.
All of us.
So there's the whole meme in LGBT shipping of like branching into polyamory of like, oh, like X character has 2 hands. So like
shit, she's got a
yeah. You got it, babe. Robin has infinite hands. Therefore, we can all hold Robin's hands.
Oh, it's happening.
It's happening. Robin has confirmed that the communism of polyamorous relationships.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, like those kinds of interactions were like pretty interesting, and like I no doubt like a lot of people loved seeing like it was a fan servicey movie, and that's like all well and fine. Like I'm not about to shit on it for that. My biggest problem with it is that it's literally Film Gold.
Damn.
With a few extra characters, but like if you were to reduce it down to a single sentence, it's just like one pirate draws in many pirates to a place, and then with the promise of something really cool, and then oopsie daisy, it's a trap. There's suddenly like a giant mech kaiju monster thing that they literally have like almost the same power, and then Luffy destroys giant mech monster thing with the help of his ragtag group of friends who also include cops sometimes, and then no one talks about it ever again.
Hell
That's it.
yeah.
That's both movies in like in a run-on sentence, so sue me, but in a sentence, and it's fine. You know, like
The formula works.
One Piece for me is like very interesting because the world is so expansive and there's a lot of things to dissect from it. But as a media itself, like One Piece itself is not heady, you know? Like there's fucking I've been using that word a lot to describe board games recently because I've been like kind of getting into like board games and like collecting some. But like I'm stupid. I can't do math. So I'm not going to get these fucking like crazy ass board games that require me to fucking do calculus. Are you kidding me? I want dumb baby board games where I just roll dice and yell yay, you know? Or like advanced Jenga. It's a Jenga but with cars now. Don't ask.
Dumb baby want Jenga cars. Slam
Exactly.
the table.
And so that's how I feel about like One Piece. It's not calculus to me. It's dumb baby Jenga with car. It's such an exciting game, and for One Piece, it's such an exciting piece of media. But like, I don't have to like think about it too hard unless I really want to. And when I really want to, it's still gratifying to like put in that effort.
Yeah.
So overall, good movie. I had a good time. The animation quality was ridiculously good. Like everyone was nutting over like Zoro freaking out in Wano. This movie was that, but with like, so it's Toei. Toei doesn't have a budget for their anime. They just got someone really good, you know?
Yeah.
This is Toei with budget. It's really good.
So the Wano anime is regular Toei with an actual accountant to like make sure they're sticking to their budget.
Right.
And
spreading it out evenly.
Yeah, and then the movies are Toei with budget.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it was still really, really cool to watch. There were a couple of things that happened. So on our Discord, I did like a really quick one paragraph kind of like spoiler summary of the movie. And when it was fine, but like I said, it's film gold. So there's an invitation going out. Actually, before that, the way the movie opens is actually really good and really like thinking emoji kind of thing. So it opens up in Impel Down as Blackbeard is unlocking people from level 6.
Ooh,
and like
wait, what?
like unshackling everyone, and like, you know, there's Jesus Burgess and everything, and there's like all those fucking freaks and geeks and whatnot, and then there's like a bunch of other people on level 6 around still shackled, and someone like they all look out one corner, and there we see like Bullet, the antagonist's silhouette, and everyone's like, oh, do we like unlock him or something? And then Blackbeard's straight up like, you know, don't even bother with that one. Him, don't leave him here. He's the demon heir, and we're not gonna mess with him.
What?
So
That's fucking... So Blackbeard fucking knew?
Blackbeard knew who this man is.
Oh,
And
dude.
with Bullet, there's a huge rhetoric behind him being, quote unquote, too strong. So Blackbeard was literally saying, like, that man's too strong. Basically, he's not, like, able to be, like, Blackbeard can kind of control his chaotic ass fucking menagerie of assholes.
Yeah.
But, like, he knew that he couldn't control Bullet. So he just straight up said, like, fuck it, stay here, stay in prison. So that's how it opens. I haven't really checked, but I don't know how the fuck Bullet gets out of prison. It might have been after that or something, but he is presumed dead. Like, only the government knows that he was alive.
Oh, shit.
So that was like pretty dang interesting, how that opened up. After that, there's a whole like invitation where like, oh, come over to our fucking thing. There's gonna be lots of pirates there. All of the pirates, totally not suspicious. Literally everyone.
Yeah, literally
And so-
everyone. Stop asking questions.
The whole movie was exactly like Smash Ultimate. Everyone is here.
Yes.
So it was so fucking funny. The whole premise of all of that. Oh, apparently he escaped like immediately after Blackbeard escaped level 6. So he
Okay.
used that opportunity to leave.
It makes I was thinking that because I was like, if he escaped, it had to have been during that whole prison break of Impel Down because there's so much shit going on. Like,
right. It couldn't
and
have been
Magellan
like,
and the other guy were so fucking preoccupied. Like they're
yeah, like God, everybody fucking got out. Jeez. But everyone's making their way to this whole thing, including the Straw Hats. Everyone in the worst generation is there, and one of the interesting things about the movie is like so first off, the design for all the characters in the movie, all the like Straw Hats, is really good. Robin's still kind of like no organs McGee over here.
yeah.
But I mean, like, it's Oda, like, whatnot. Nami looks kind of nice. She's wearing this like overall shorts kind of thing.
Yeah, with the little
was-
like bandana, right?
Yeah, it was pretty adorable. I really enjoyed it.
It's cute.
But other than that, like, everyone else like really had like fresh designs that like really suit them a lot. I really, really enjoyed that. And to like, oh my God, dude, Frankie was a fucking centurion the whole time.
Yeah. I've seen his design and his design is fucking powerful, bro.
I love it. He has a sword the whole time, but he never uses it. Sorry, but jeez. God, I wish.
Damn. That's the spoiler that's probably gonna hit me the hardest. Like, fuck.
I'm sorry to say, y'all. Sorry. But on top of that, the really cool thing is that since the whole worst generation was there and they were all traveling to this place, we get to see all of their ship designs, which are really, really interesting. So with me, I have 2 copies of One Piece Volume 10,089.
Yeah. Franz jumped into the temporal rift and jumped into the future to grab us volume 10,089.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like, our great-great-great-grandchildren, while they're swimming in their water, their water homes, they're going to still be reading One Piece. Oda's going to still be alive by then, I promise. But no, we get all their designs, and they're really cool, really cute. I remember we talked a little bit about Jewelry Bonnie possibly being a Charlotte, and like, dude, her ship looks like a Charlotte ship.
Oh shit, does it
Like-
really?
It kind of does. Let me see if I can get you a link real quick, because it was like, oh,
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Other than her, I really liked a Eustace Kid. His ship was like incredibly unique.
That's cool.
It had like a fish head like on the front and everything. It was like it's a little weird to describe because it was just like so low to the ground, low to the water line, whatever, fuck me. But it had like a whole ass like fish skull at the front. It was some like heavy metal kind of design that, yeah, I dug it. I really
That's
did.
cool as hell.
Let's see here. I'm
so
still looking for a
glad.
link.
I'm so glad that we get like little shit like that. Like we get to see what their ship looks like. Like that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, that's the good thing about like the movies, really.
Yeah, that's sick. I know from the trailers it looks like when they're all on that island, do they interact with each other at all like before the fight starts? Or does the fight start like immediately once they get on that island?
So that's basically, yeah, they really just get there and it just fucking immediately
Fucking
starts.
round one.
There's a whole whirlpool going on. So the island is set up that there's like 3 rivers coming in, and then there's like a circle in the middle. And then in the middle, the whirlpool starts sucking everyone in. and then up comes a fucking knock-up stream, like crazy ass flashback.
Oh shit!
And like
yeah.
everyone's like freaking out, like kind of in joy, kind of in like, oh shit, that's a knock-up stream. A lot of people a lot of ships got demolished and destroyed, and people fucking died. But
Jesus.
everyone's just popping off and having a good time, you know. That was one thing Adria really like said. She was like, people just died, and like,
yeah.
but it was funny and everything. The whole thing was that at the top of the knock-up stream there was an island, and on that island was Roger's treasure. So everyone's first goal was to get up through the knock-up stream, and a bunch of like the worst generation were already like working their way up in their own ways, whatnot. Like there was like some banter between them on the way up the knock-up stream, and the Straw Hats were like all the way in the back. And that was the point where I was like, so if you remember this, Going Merry had like wings that they attached to it to like get it all the way up. So I was like, what are they gonna do here? So this knock-up stream was like special because it had like a corkscrew around it. So it was like basically. So like they could they didn't ride up perpendicular. It was anime, but like in a spiral. They go up in a spiral instead of like perpendicular to the sea. Not like they did the first time for Skypiea, but it was a throwback to that, in that the way the Straw Hats get by it is that Frankie prepares the Going Merry Penguin King, I think it was.
Penguins can't fly.
Yeah, which was hilarious. But like it's got like penguin wings and like and a little like penguin crown. Yeah, it was super cute. It was literally like they covered the lion face of the Sunny Go and then like put like a penguin in front of it, and then like, you know, a whole coup de burst, they like go straight up and shit. Yeah, exactly. They get there first, like hardy hard. It's anime.
He's like, I see the oldest chest has to be the one with with the most treasure in it.
Yeah, like she has the instinct of it. That's, I get her observation hockey. Yeah, there's like precedence for it in the series, but it's just like, come on. So she spots it the moment they get there, and all the other like pirates start like pouring down onto the island, and they start fighting each other for it. This is the most interaction between all of the worst generation, and then they're fighting. It's like fan service, and then Usopp gets to it, and he's like, no shit, Buggy gets to it, and
my lord,
he sees it, and he's like, he freaks out, and he's like, oh, this is what it is. He like sees the treasure, but we don't as the viewer, and it was so funny. And then the island blows up, and one thing Adri was saying is that like this is like oh god, I don't remember. It's like the 60th anniversary of the Nagasaki bombing.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it doesn't pick. You have to sit here.
I'm here. So it's like it was recently, I don't know, I mean, Nagasaki, the bomb was dropped on August 9th, and so that's when the movie comes out, and they're doing like the explosion is very, very clearly a mushroom bomb, a mushroom shaped cloud,
because like the knock-up stream was like the stem, and then this thing like blew up, like,
right. But then like you get to the reveal of who the villain is, and it's this gigantic redneck blonde motherfucker. It's just, like, I see it. I see what you're doing.
Fucking Oda, dog. Taking his jabs where he can get them. I like it.
Honestly, like yeah, Oda knows what's up. But like, right, yeah, who knows? But it might have been Oda, it might have been someone else. I forgot who the fucking director for this was, but like, so sue me. And so the island blows up, and it's chaos. It's like all falling down and shit. Everyone's like, ah, blah, 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 blah. And like Buggy loses the treasure. So like all the debris is on the water now and everything. And that's when Bullet like finally shows up, and he's like, oh, like before that, Usopp finds the treasure, and he opens it, and he's like, And then like that's when like Bullet shows up and like he gets so close to popping Usopp's head like a fucking grape. Like I straight up thought like if this weren't a movie, it straight up would have been Usopp's character death.
Yeah, well, because in the trailer, they show that scene. Like, they don't show what happens, but it just cuts to a scene of Usopp like dead on the ground, and Luffy's like, Usopp!
Dude, it was like intense, and I was like, oh shit, dude.
They're gonna fucking kill off Usopp in a movie. Like, next chapter.
I know, right?
From next chapter on, he's just gone.
It was nuts, but then like from that point forward, it becomes the worst generation versus Bullet, and like Bullet's the main bad guy in this whole thing. A lot of the stuff for the movie has him like looking gray, like the posters and everything. He's actually like red. He's just red and like Aryan blonde.
Jesus.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm talking like Slavic, like kind of on the nose blonde. Like I think Adri's right. There was something here that was like a little like wink wink nudge nudge.
Jeez, yeah. It sounds like it.
And so it's pretty for a little bit of a while. Like mind you, this was like 20 minutes, this whole fight of him just wailing on all of them. I'm talking like, oh, it was insane. And we get to see a little of their fighting styles that we usually don't get to see so much. The most interesting one was Bonnie, actually. And I'm not like, I feel like I've like focused on her like quite a bit, but I think she's also the most mysterious.
Of the supernova that are left, she's the one we know like nothing
about. And there's like implications about everything she does.
Oh God.
There's like a lot of things in the manga where a lot of examples of her having like crazy connections. So it's just like, oh shit. One thing that she did that like really so like her fruit, I think it was the first time that we've seen that her fruit can de-age other people, because she was fighting Beige and Beige had his like men come out of his like nipples and everything. And she just like went on like de-aged them, like tapped them, and like they were like goo goo gaga babies. And like some of them did turn old though, like it was just like a smorgasbord kind of thing. But against Bullet specifically, she straight up was throwing eggs at him, but the eggs that she threw, she aged some of them up and they became doves.
What the fuck?
And it was like kind of like it's not a niche King of the Hill reference. It's like the most popular King of the Hill reference, but like it was basically a pocket sand shisha.
Yeah. Pocket sand shisha.
And so she like throws these eggs at Bullet, and he like gets distracted by it for a second, and then she like kicks him, like she does like one of those like gets down really low and then kicks straight up at someone's jaw. She hits him with one of those. He doesn't fucking like move. He grabs her fucking leg and just ragdolls her.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, like it was basically like we joke about like when Luffy like fights like these strong people, like, oh, like that's it, that's the end of One Piece. This whole fight was literally the end of One Piece and all the supernovas, because they all got massively fucked.
Jesus Christ. Just every one of them getting killed one after another.
It was brutal. But then it became like phase 2 of the whole fight. And mind you, while this whole fight's going on, there's like a subplot of Sanji, Brook, Chopper, Robin, and Law. They like went to figure out what this whole thing really is, because Law doesn't really explain like how he found out what he found out, but he was like, Straw Hat, yeah, there's some shitty thing going on this whole festa. It smells fishy. And Luffy's whole thing was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, he's like dead. He's dead, and he just like comes up on the ship. He like shambles himself onto the Straw Hat ship, and he's like, hey, I'm dead, and all of my crew are here, but none of my crew are here. Shit's fishy. Fuck. And Luffy's like, okay, cool. half of you go with him. I'm busy. Bye.
Bye.
And this was like during the whole knock up stream thing.
Jesus
so they
Christ.
use the shark subunit.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
they launch off of the knock up stream. It's a whole cool thing, but the whole subplot is basically they're investigating Buena Fiesta, this one dude that shows up in some of the anime filler that was like tie-in for the movie. He's basically some like I don't really know a lot about him. There's some information about him in Japanese in the volume pamphlet that they gave for the movie, but I'll be honest, my listening skills and my speaking skills in Japanese are much better than my reading skills. And I spent a lot of my time reading the info on Bullet, and I kind of don't like Buena Fiesta, so I just didn't even look at it.
So get fucked, Buena Fiesta fans. Dude, I think the best way you described him was in the Discord. you described him as Brooke plus skin.
That was Adri's idea, Adri's description of Buena Fiesta. Brooke with skin.
Brooke with skin. I think that's fucking perfect.
Because he's tall Afro man, and he smokes. Like, that's it. And yeah, he's a pervert, but not in the Brooke way. He's a pervert in the like wants to watch the world burn way.
Jesus Christ.
So with this Buena Fiesta guy, he just like he's got this whole plan, and everyone's trying to figure it out for the sake of like my narrative speaking style. And like I don't know how to fucking give summaries. Like, clearly I'm here. I'm queer. Like, oops. But so his whole grand plan is, and like it's almost ingenious because like it could work, but he was on the side of like the black underbelly, like black market people, like Big News Morgan. And Big News Morgan does appear on like TV screens. Like, they're in cahoots kind of somehow.
Okay.
But Buena Fiesta's whole thing was to like basically watch the world burn effectively. Yeah, he wanted to be more popular than Roger, and his idea of doing that was to just fuck everyone.
What a fucking asshole.
How he wanted to do this was he'd draw all the pirates, all of them, to this place, right? And like the treasure was real, but like it had to be real in order to draw everyone in. So he'd also get Bullet in, but Bullet is not a rogue element in this. Like, he was like quote unquote planning this with Bullet, but he was gonna betray Bullet in the end. So he'd get all the pirates here. He'd also like he'd narc on the pirates, and then the Marines would come. So Smoker Tashigi were there amongst like some other like Fujitora came at some point, and like there were like others whose names I don't remember, even though they're really cool. There was the Lock Lady. I don't remember her thing.
Oh,
you're gonna say a name and I'm just gonna agree.
Oh my god, I can't remember. It's isn't it the one that has
the pink hair, and she smokes, and she has a sword, and whenever she slashes, she just locks people with the fence.
Yeah. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Yeah.
But I know I know exactly who you're talking about.
So there's a bunch of Marines there as well. So there's all the important pirates, like some Shichibukai and some of the Worst Generation are there. Government agents are there. And so Bullet comes in and like mucks everything, is supposed to like muck everything up. He brings Bullet in by saying like, if you beat everyone there, you're just going to be the world's strongest, because that's Bullet's objective, to be the strongest person in the world.
Yeah. And
so doing all of this, Bullet like goes like ape shit, and he like turns into a mech. That was like part of the plan. So him turning into a mech, all the like Worst Generation, they start fighting stronger, whatever. Usopp gets his consciousness back and starts like shooting his like green stars at it and everything. It's this whole thing. But his mech, the way it works is his fruit power is the Gasha Gasha no Mi, which basically it's literally Eustace Kid's fucking fruit, except he makes mechs out of them. He can transform and modify inanimate objects. It's not magnetism, it's inanimate objects. I don't care. It's literally Eustace Kid's fucking fruit because all the inanimate objects he used were metal.
Damn, bro.
And like his mech design, he did use a lot of everything. He used some of the island too and whatnot, but like this is where it gets close to like Gran Tesoro and everything. But his mech design was kind of cool initially because he has a submarine, and in the submarine is just like a bunch of like weapons, and those weapons like fueled him and like he turned into like a submarine with arms and head, and it was just oh shit, that's like a fucking mech, literally. So that happens, they fight him a little harder, and then at this point, this is when the Marines start getting a little more involved and start like fighting other people. We get Fujitora versus Zoro. It's really cool, but neither of them like went even a fraction of their full power. They were just distracting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the movie. They couldn't do anything special here. Are you kidding me? And
Zoro's like, I'm about to unleash my brand new attack, and then the camera cuts away from it.
Honestly, like that's the biggest disservice of like the One Piece movies. So many like potentially cool things get off screened because there's so many characters.
Yeah.
Wapol and Foxy were also in the movie. Wapol didn't even have any voiced lines. Foxy was just there because when shit turned south and like the nuke went off, it was so funny. He literally like went up to the Straw Hats with like his like fleet and said like, oh, like Straw Hat pirates, you must. And then like there's like a little bit of a pregnant pause, and then all of his pirates bow, and he says, save us, please. Like he was just there for the gag. Like him and Wapol also got like beat the fuck up quite a bit.
Dude, Foxy. Yeah, okay. I'm fucking real quick. There was another anime filler, like or there's an OVA for One Piece that came out like a while ago, and it was after the time skip, and it was like, some weird island where you couldn't use the devil fruit powers, and the Foxy pirates came up again, and dude, Foxy's cool. Like Foxy, he's funny.
Foxy's funny. I'll be honest, and it's not that one iTunes review that's making us say that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the guilt from the iTunes review.
It's not the guilt. We legitimately reconsidered and have come to the conclusion Foxy's pretty funny. But so all of that like mech shit happens and everything, and then there's like the whole like find out the plan. The Navy gets involved, and as the Navy gets like more involved and there's more players, he starts like Bullet starts going a little more apeshit, and this was part of Buenafiesta's plan. So Bullet in his past had a buster call called on him. So the timeline with Bullet, I'll go into it a little bit as a little as a little aside. I'll get into it. So he was born on some fucking like scrap of rock that was in constant war. It was called Gultzburg, and he was his parents like died or some shit, and just like he was raised by the military known as Gultz Force, which is why on his thing he has like a bunch of medals that say GF. They're not for girlfriend. And believe you me, he's not girlfriend material. He's actually kind of a little bit of a Nazi, but and like he has like iron crosses on him, but they're turned sideways, so they're not like actual like World War I memorabilia.
That face when World War I GF.
my great GF, the Habsburg family or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So he from the time that he was born to like the time he was 8, he like was really raised by the military, to the point where like they were like, oh shit, he's like really fucking strong. At 13, he accidentally ate the fruit kind of just out of sustenance, his devil fruit. At 14, he was like legitimately seen as like way too strong. So he had this like father figure, Douglas Gray. It was the commander, no, the general. He was the general, and he was like, oh, Bullet, if you're a good boy, I'll promote you and you'll have a peaceful life after this whole war. So like Bullet basically ends the war himself.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone on his side is like, Jesus shit, he's a freak of fucking nature. And so they turn on him.
Holy shit, that's Buster Call.
This wasn't even the Buster Call, dude. It's like,
oh shit.
And so he wipes out everyone and then just like fucks off his rock. He's just like desolate, leaves the island completely desolate because he fucked everyone on the other side. His side fucked them over, so he fucked them back. So there was no one left. He just destroyed his whole island.
Jesus
and then,
Christ.
Like a year after that, he meets Gold Roger, and then he like tries to fight Gold Roger. Gold Roger fucks him, and this was the first time in his life that he'd lost. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna follow you and like keep fighting you and whatnot," which like makes no sense. But you know, it's anime. Whatever. It's Super Shonen, and Roger keeps saying that like whenever, as long as you can, like keep coming at me. Like, it's no problem. So he, like, always took on the challenge and always would, like, mop the floor with him. Jesus. And, like, leave him on the floor. Mind you, this man destroyed an island.
Yeah, so, like...
At the age of 14.
How fucking strong is Gold Roger?
It's insane. Like, that has implications in and of itself. And so Roger was executed a little shortly after that. He didn't know what Bullet didn't know how to take it. He was like, the strongest man on earth died, so I can't beat him, so therefore I can't be the strongest man on earth. So I'm just going to be a child and take it out on the world and just go on a rampage. So they finally cornered him somewhere, the Marines did, and then they Buster called him.
Oh
and
my
then that's
God.
how he got sent to Impel Down for 20 fucking years. Like,
Jesus
he was just that much of a monster. So it comes back full circle in the movie, and in the movie he literally becomes like Mecha Godzilla.
Nice.
He pulls. So it's not too deep of a cut for anyone that likes Gundam, especially Gundam Unicorn. Full frontal from Gundam Unicorn. He has his whole like unit. I forgot its name, but then there's the Neo Zhang unit, which is literally his Gundam inside a giant, like, Citadel-like sized Gundam.
Oh my goodness.
That's what fucking Bullet did. The whole rest of the movie. His Gundam was his Gundam. His mech was inside Mecha Godzilla. And he starts fucking everything. And this is when the Marines are like, shit, we got a Buster Call. Which was part of Buena Fiesta's plan. So Buena Fiesta's plan was to take all the strongest Marines, all the strongest pirates, put them in one place, have Bullet be the distraction, and then call a Buster Call on that island to just eviscerate everyone that was really strong.
God damn, bro.
It could have worked too. And then if it wasn't for those meddling pirates. And so at some point the team that like the intel team finds out that they're like, oh shit, the plan is to Buster Call. So they get that information out and people start running away. And then it was Smoker, Law, Buggy, but kind of incidentally, Boa Hancock, Rob Lucci was listening in, but he's a bastard, Crocodile, and Luffy, except Luffy doesn't really like listen to plans. Someone put in a like very like ancient but still extremely relevant meme from like one of those like meme page memes where it was Luffy and it's like, don't know if I should stick to the plan or kick everyone's ass. It was literally that, except everyone was like, the plan is Luffy kicks his ass and we kind of just back him up. If the whole thing was, if they defeat Bullet, then the military can call off the Buster Call, because then the situation was dealt with, right?
Yeah, the threat is gone.
So they could call off the Buster Call. So that basically happens. Luffy at some point goes when Bullet goes like first Snake Man. When Bullet goes first like mech form.
When Bullet goes Snake Man.
Luffy goes Snake Man.
Oh, dude, Bullet is fucking powerful, bro.
Dude, Bullet's so powerful, he just took Luffy's abilities. Yeah. So Luffy had already done Snake Man earlier in the first mech form, but now in the big Godzilla mech
Neo-Zong,
form. Yeah, the Neo Zhang form, he does Bound Man and starts like really fucking him up. But then he does like so the scale for this is like a little larger than film gold, where like this man is literally like kaiju level big. And so in response, Luffy basically does like the Bound Man version of an elephant gun, but like it's like his fist is the size of like the kaiju fist, but Luffy's still Bound Man size. So it's like a little speck, and then off the little speck is like the giant arm.
Dude, that's great.
No, but the videography actually in that part, like the whole what's the word?
Cinematography?
Not cinematography. Kind of like the framing of that scene is really cool because one of his arms is still big, but like proportionately big. So it looks like he's starting off with that arm, and then it zooms out, and this gigantic fucking meteor of an arm comes in, and you're like, what?
It was really, really sick and everything. And like with that, he like smacks Bullet's like Mecha Godzilla form, and like he starts like breaking apart, and then like Law and Crocodile. Yeah, basically like. The whole Nakama, the ragtag Nakama this time.
I mean, the whole thing is, how dare you hurt Usopp?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Luffy's still going on that, but everyone else is, like, trying to take this man down, like, with their brains. So, there's, like, an opening. Crocodile, like, sandstorm.
Darude.
Law uses his shambles to teleport boulders into like where the sand was in that like opening that Luffy made. And then so Mihawk's also there, but Mihawk doesn't like cut any. So Mihawk only intervenes in the Fujitora Zoro fight when Fujitora decides to end the fight with a meteorite again. And then Zoro manages to cut it in half, but he's like, everyone's like, oh shit, now we have two halves. And then Mihawk like comes and supports and like blasts the whole fucking thing apart.
Damn.
It's it was really funny, and it was just like, oh, bitch.
Does
Yeah,
the shitty blind baby not know how to settle arguments, and he comes down with a meteor?
But yeah, so they all work together and everything. Dude, Boa Hancock kicked Mecha Godzilla so hard that like it like further open. I did she create the opening? Yeah, they all work together and everything, but like she kicked them so hard, like Mecha Godzilla him like reeled back.
Hell yes, bro.
The sexy woman
With the snake. Was the snake there?
The snake was there, but irrelevant.
She did, because he hurt Luffy.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like,
Flicked Luffy into like the netherworld, and she was like,
and then like kicked, she basically kicked him in half. And that's where everyone started like pounding in. And then like Luffy finished it off with like the elephant gun bound man thing. It was really fucking cool. And then so he destroys Mecha Godzilla, and then they're like, oh, sorry, dude, there's like literally too many people there. Sabo's also there. Part of the like ragtag Nakama. He start working with Smoker and everything. And like it's like really cute, and like Smoker's like, don't fucking work with me, and like Sabo's just like, dude, chill out, I'm just here for a good time, while there's a buster call there.
Yeah.
and so oh my god, so Mecha Godzilla breaks apart, but he's still in his like submarine mech, and he's like, ha ha ha, you can't get me in here, blah blah blah. And that's when the green stars that Usopp shot at him, they pop off finally and like break off his like arms and everything. and then we get like naked Bullet again, and Usopp's like barely alive, like he should be put to an iron lung, and he's sitting there and it's like, got him. And it was like, hell yeah. Yeah, Chopper's like carrying him, and like Brooks like also like booking it with him. It's so fucking funny.
Damn, that's fucking damn. So Usopp gets the final laugh.
Yeah, no, Usopp definitely like was the core player in the end of that, because like if it weren't for him, like
in many ways, because like the entire like movie is Luffy going, bad man hurt Nakama, bad man bad, gotta kill bad man. Like he doesn't even care about the Buster Call or the Master Call. Like he's just like, you hurt my friend.
it's like Luffy's a fucking moron. I love him. And then all of this like plays out. Luffy fucking knocks Bullet out. I almost called him Speed for some reason. He knocks Bullet out, and at that point Bullet has like a flashback to Gold Roger. But like it was like a weird flashback where like we thought that like Gold Roger was gonna say the same thing that Luffy was saying at that time. Where like
he says something
like Bullet says at first, like, I will rule the world by myself and I will do everything by myself. And then Luffy
says, like, that's impossible. Or just, like, you know, like, the strongest that you can be is with your, like, friends.
Yeah, and so that's when, like, he gets a flashback, and then Gold Roger's just like, whenever you can, come at me, bro. And it's like, what?
Like, Gold Rogers is gonna be like, Nakama, man, Nakama, and Gold.
Repeat that.
Like, you think Gold Rogers is gonna also be like, Nakama, man, Nakama, and like Rogers is just like, coming at me, man.
Keep coming at me, dude. 1v1 me anytime.
Literally, that's what it was, and it was just like, oh, okay. And then fucking Luffy just knocks his lights out, and then this whole time Bullet had the treasure, so everyone's like going around, and like. Sometime prior to this, they're like, they had actually talked about what the treasure was. The treasure is an eternal log post for Raftel, but there's like a little bit of a misnomer here, because Raftel isn't spelled as Raftel. It's on the log post. It's called Laugh Tail. Laugh as in Laugh, tail as in Tale. I don't know what the fuck that means, and I'm not gonna pretend to even like have an idea of what it means. I just thought that was like it was a little bit of a bomb, because we've had these misnomers before, and they've meant a lot of things.
Yeah, so, it's another one. I mean, because we talked about it too when you brought it up in the Discord, like that whole thing happened with Gold Roger, and then like, you know, later it was Gold Roger in the beginning, and then later you read it and it's Gold D Roger, and then it's like the D has meaning. And even just recently I remembered the Reverie in the actual manga, like in the Raws, like he wrote it levelly, like Oda wrote the English text for it in the like the Oda box presentation, and it was levelly, and then like Marie-Joie was like spelled way differently than it was translated.
It was spelled very like French.
Yeah, and it's like, what the heck is like, okay.
So there's like some implications on that, but I'm not even gonna get into it. We'll leave that for another day, another year.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, like they're all fighting for the log post that's like now falling, because like Bullet got fucking knocked his shit out. They also like fight a little bit in the air, and like Bound Man, like Luffy as Bound Man can fly, but Bullet was just like DBZ fighting around, and it didn't make sense. But I just like there's precedent for Luffy doing it, but like I just like hand waved it a little bit, and so when as it's falling, Crocodile's like, I'm gonna go grab it. And then Rob Lucci finally is like, I'm going to do something. He still doesn't speak. He doesn't speak the whole thing, but he turns Tony the Tiger and just like goes for it. Zoro stops Rob Lucci. Sanji stops Crocodile. And then Luffy finally like catches it. I think he's with Hancock. And then he opens it and he sees, and it's the log post. And then he sees everyone like freaking out about it and being like, give it to me, blah, blah, blah. And he just like looks at everyone dead in the eye and just breaks it right there. And everyone's like, yo, what the fuck do you do that for? And he was like, the One Piece isn't the treasure, but it's the journey on the way.
He really hits us with that.
He almost literally hit us with that.
Oh, God.
Then there's a flashback to Roger, and Roger's is like, man, fuck this shit, and he throws it over the...
Yeah. So there's this like nobody like crewmate that's like not even like labeled. He doesn't even have like a good silhouette. It's just a nobody. And Roger's like, oh, you made this eternal log post? What the fuck did you do that for? And he just yeets it off the fucking boat and a fish eats it. Like, and that's the end of the movie.
Damn. It ends with a yeet.
No, the end of the, what's his name?
Sabo.
Sabo! The end of the movie is like all the pirates like leaving the island, and like all of the Marines are out there like, ho, we got you, motherfuckers! And then Sabo's like, psych! And like just creates this huge like road of fire, or like blockers on each side of just like walls of fire, and everyone just like sails away, all protected.
Yeah, but the really cute thing about all of that, so we see it, and then we see like a little like shadow of Ace, and like then we get another angle of it, and it's like Sabo, and then like Ace's back in the fire.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, they stand next to each other, but like Ace's back is like to the audience a little bit.
That's cool. I like that.
Right. Yeah, they're standing together, but Sabo is like facing the audience. Ace isn't. Yeah. Ace was like away from the audience, but it was like this whole like spiritual successor kind of thing. It was really
cool.
fucking sick.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, mind you, Sabo did that when the revolutionaries came to block the fucking Marines from like fucking all the pirates.
Damn.
It is just, everyone was there. No one spoke. No one was important except for Usopp and maybe Luffy.
And maybe Luffy.
It was a lot. I really enjoyed it. There weren't like implications other than like Gold Roger being as strong as a one-man army, stronger than a one-man army.
Yeah, and Laugh Tailgate.
Yeah, Laugh Tail, like whatever the fuck that means, and like whatever that.
just screaming into the void about Laugh Tail.
It's a big hat again.
Yeah.
We're over our time, like, but
we're over our time. But Oda hit us with Big Hat 2, the sequel to Big Hat.
Laugh Tail. What does it fucking mean? And like, so my first thing is that okay. So Adri said just now that the joke is that there's no One Piece. Oda has been on the record saying that the One Piece is a physical thing that has like socio-political implications in the world.
Yeah, like there is something physical that means something to the world.
That's a theory. Like that the Straw Hat is the One Piece, and like I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
I can't believe Oda brought Big Hat back into the fucking like world ethos.
Dude, Laugh Tail is the Big Hat of 2019.
Dude, Big Hat back in the zeitgeist, bro.
What does it mean? Babe, it's so complicated. So Adri's gonna start reading One Piece. Are you gonna start from zero, or are you gonna? No. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, don't start from zero.
Yeah, that's a mistake. She's gonna pick it back up from Thriller Bark, so she's gonna be a little more. It is a great spot to pick it back up, actually. So she stopped at Thriller Bark. She'll be a little more active in our discussions, so we'll get her own microphone, and I'll have to record with a different program, but it's okay.
Damn.
We'll figure it out. You'll have to yell louder because that barely picked up. So it did pick up. So that was the film. It was a film, not a movie. It was a film. That was a film. I don't know.
It means we're more cultured.
I need a vacate. That came that movie came out at the end of my vacation. I need a vacation from that movie solely because of Laugh Tale.
Yeah, Laugh Tale, definitely. Everybody on Twitter was freaking out about it because
John, sign me the fuck out because I just got a crack theory.
oh god. All right. So that was One Piece Stampede, and that's gonna wrap it up for us this week. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. We're at Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else, Facebook, YouTube, everything. ParameciaFancast.libsyn.com. Episodes go up every single week. As soon as they're uploaded to Libsyn, they're sent to every single podcatcher you can imagine: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, all of them. We'll be back next week with 952? 952?
I can't count, dude.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure it's 952. Viz loading up hella slow. 952 is going to be next week's chapter.
Sweet.
So we'll be back with that. Hopefully some good shit happens. And yeah, that's it for us. Here is this crack theory that I'm very interested to hear.
But before the crack theory, a little bit of an pre-announcement, I guess. So for being at the movie, they gave out pamphlets, One Piece volume 10,081, 89. And yeah, it literally says right here. Hold on.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, volume 10,089 Stampede. Both Adrian and I went to see the movie, so we have 2 copies. I'm not necessarily one for this kind of like memorabilia. It's like really cool, but I'd much rather just like read it and like see it once. And like I'm not like a clutter kind of person, so we're thinking of doing a giveaway. And how we're gonna do it? Oh shit. John, do you want one?
Oh shit. Well, I guess so. Yeah. If y'all are offering.
So one of them is going to John, and the other one we're going to give out as a like little giveaway on Twitter. How exactly we're gonna do it? Follow on Twitter, and we'll figure it out, and then let you know on Twitter. So that's how we're gonna do that giveaway. I will tell you from now that I can ship internationally. I'll cover that cost, so don't sweat it. But please, for the love of God, don't like live in like Madagascar or like some place with like it would be the opposite side of the world from me. America's okay, like it's like kind of easy to ship to America, but outside of that it might be a little complicated, but I'll figure it out, and I can keep in touch with you to square that away. So we'll get those details on the Twitter. Now, my crack theory. For the One Piece movie Stampede, we got the new information that Raftel isn't Raftel, but it's Laugh Tale. Laugh as in laugh, tail as in tail. But surprise, the tail isn't tail. It's actually fairy tale. Laugh Tale is Fairy Tale 2. One Piece is the sequel to Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale is better than One Piece. Bye.
The One Piece was just the friends we made along the way.
The sequel to Fairy Tale, dog.